Okay. I want to tell y'all a story real quick. True story. And I don't mind because I'm very authentic. My testimony is my testimony. And I'll let you know. Anyway, so I was one of those people who felt like, oh, people can have sex out of wedlock. That's okay. God understands that this time and age is different than back in the day, and he knows that I love him. He knows my heart. He knows that I am for him all the way. Having sex out of wedlock, he understands. So this was back in the day. This is when I still had one foot in the church, one foot in the world. So I had just had sex with my boyfriend at the time. Okay? And I wanted us to pray together after. I just thought that was a good idea. I wanted to pray after. And so I had just learned how to get in God's presence, and I was good at getting in his presence quick. And so I got in his presence, and as soon as I got in his presence, I felt the darkest wrath I ever felt in my life. It scared me so bad. I got out of prayer so quick. I can't even explain to this day. I got out of prayer so quick. I felt his wrath. I felt how disappointed he was in me. One, I was having sex out of wedlock, and then the audacity to pray to him right after, like right in the same bed. I was trying to pray with my boyfriend at the time. I was trying to pray with him after having sex. And I felt just the darkest presence. I got out of prayer so quick because I didn't even get to say one word. I didn't get to say one word. And that day I knew I knew that the Lord is not playing around. He's not playing around about his word. His word is still true. Like, it ain't no twisting it, tying it, trying to manipulate it to work for this time, this 2023 or whatever. No, his word, it stands. It stands. And you will be rudely awakened if you decide to follow the ways of the world and just believe that the Lord just knows your heart. Because he's more about his word than about anything else. And that's facts. I just wanted to share that with y'all. That's a true story. I had just got done having intercourse with my boyfriend back then. I wanted us to pray together. I got in the presence of the Lord, and it was the heaviest presence, darkest presence I ever felt. I didn't even get to say one word. I got out of prayer that fast. So y'all, for real, when you decide to follow Jesus Christ, follow him. Follow him with your heart. Follow him wholeheartedly. Don't make excuses, because you will be rudely awakened. Okay? Once again, 1 Corinthians 6:9-10. Do you not know that wrongdoers will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived. Fornicators. Fornicators is a person who have sex out of wedlock. Idolaters, that's people who worship false idols. If it's not Jesus Christ, then it's a false idol. Okay, it's a false god. Adulterers, that's a person who is married and they're having sex with people who aren't their spouse. Male prostitutes, we know that. Sodomite is when you're inserting the penis into something other than a vaginal organ. So that could be a booty hole. I ain't trying to be funny, but that could be a booty hole. That could be a foreign object. That could even be someone's mouth. It's the insertion of a penis into something that is not a vaginal organ. Okay? So, we these, the greedy, drunkards, people who get drunk, drinking isn't bad, it's the drunkenness. Because when you get drunk, you are the enemy. He's already looking for somebody to devour, and if you're drunk, of course he's going to get to you even easier, and he can persuade you to do things that you never thought you would ever do. You ever did something did you ever do something when you were drunk and you would never do that if you were sober? It influences things like that. The enemy can really use people when they're drunk. Revelers, that's like partying, like really, really rough partying, when it usually leads into like sex, like orgies and just premarital sex. It's partying, but a harder type of partying. I don't know if anybody ever been a part of that. I was definitely a reveler, not in the sense of like orgies or anything like that, but in the sense of I would get so drunk that I didn't know where I was. I would get so drunk where I would be knocked out in the grass somewhere. Just like really intense partying. Robbers, people who steal. And it says none of these will inherit the kingdom of God. And then Galatians 5:19-21 says, now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, sensuality, idolatry, sorcery, enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of anger, rivalries, dissensions, divisions, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things like these. I warn you, as I warned you before, that those who do such things will not inherit the kingdom of God. So, guys, just be warned, and you always want to be ready to meet the king. So you really got to decide, today, while you living and you breathing, that you really wanna serve him with your life. And that doesn't mean being a pastor or this person who goes out to the nation preaching the gospel and stuff, even though he wants you to spread the word. But that doesn't mean that living for Jesus Christ, it just means living a lifestyle that he approves of. Living a lifestyle where you're not separated from Jesus. Because our lifestyles and the behaviors that we take part in, it can separate us from him. And it can separate us eternally too. Where you wouldn't go to heaven. So just live your life for Jesus Christ. And if you're having trouble, ask him to help you. He's here to help us. It's through the power of Jesus Christ that we can walk with him. It's not us by ourselves. People always be like, oh, I got to get my life together before I come to Jesus Christ. No, you come to Jesus Christ and he help you to get your life together. That's how it works. That's how it works. He helps you. His power, he's going to help you. He gives people the baptism of fire to help them. I couldn't have never came over fornication, sexual immoralities, just overall lust without the helping of Jesus Christ. I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have done it by myself. It's only through his workings that we're able to be set free. But we got to just make that decision that we want to be set free. and that we don't wanna follow the ways of the world no more, but we wanna be set free. We wanna walk with Jesus Christ.